Paddy's review, my review of the weekend's Premier League games. Starting on Friday night, Newcastle and Leeds. It was a it was a very entertaining game. The first half, it was an end to end match. It was brilliant to watch. Leeds were as open as ever. They're a great side to watch. They counter attack brilliantly. They created some great chances in the match, and they did score a good goal through Rafinha. But I just think Leeds at the moment, they're creating loads of chances, but they're not really clinical enough in front of the goal. Like in the second half, they had a few half chances, and they didn't really take advantage of them. Look at Bamford the second half, the chance he had. Like he wasn't clinical enough in front of the goal. Leeds, they haven't scored any goals the first 5 games, and that could be a problem for Leeds this season. But I do think if Leeds are able to get one win, I think it'll kickstart their season. But for Newcastle, there was a lot of unrest at the club before this match, but I thought it was a brilliant performance by them. They were outstanding. They actually took Leeds on the match, which was brilliant to see. And I thought Saint Maximin was the best player in the pitch. He was outstanding. He had a go. He tried to create chances and he scored a brilliant goal. Even in the second half when they're pushing for a winner, he was the one that was trying to get in the goal. So I thought it was a brilliant performance by Newcastle, and this will give them hope uh, going into the next couple of games. On Saturday, the first match up was between Wolves and Brentford. I thought Brentford in this match were outstanding. You know, the rocks at the back and going forward, brilliant. Ivan Tony in this match was brilliant. He scored one, he got an assist, he was brilliant. He was a handful for Wolves. But for Wolves, bit like Leeds, Wolves create loads of chances, but just don't score enough. And we really do fear for Wolves this season. The new manager, some of the players are gone. They didn't really replace many of them. I think it'd be tough for Wolves. But for Brentford to get 8 5s, get 8 points out of the first 5 games with Shea is an absolute remarkable start of the season. They've started brilliantly, and it'd be great if they can keep it up because it's a brilliant start from 3 o'clockers. Arsenal's second clean sheet in a row, 2 clean sheets in a row. That'll give them confidence. Going to North London Derby, there was a lot of talk about Arsenal before the last 2 games, but just think that calms everything down. 2 wins, 6 points. They're at the bottom of the league, and that'll just give Arteta a bit of breathing space. And especially with playing Spurs now next week, they Arsenal actually good as match favourites because they've won a couple of games lately. Elsewhere, Mane hits a century for Liverpool. He's been an outstanding player with Liverpool. Um, he's a type of player never gives up, never gives up. He creates loads of chances, and if he doesn't score, he keeps going, keeps going. And Salah scores again. Those two for Liverpool are outstanding. They're arguably two of the best players in the Premier League. That's that good. At the back now, Liverpool are a lot more solid. With Van Dijk getting more clean sheets, but Liverpool had Alisson to take. Crystal Palace created some great chances in this match, and I think Patrick Vieira be a bit disappointed that didn't score in the match because even when it was 1-0, Palace would have scored. It would have been a different game. I know 3-0. Everybody looks at 3-0. Liverpool battered Palace. It wasn't really the case. Palace created some great chances. On another day, it would have been a different score. And I think Patrick Vieira has Palace playing well, and I think they'd be a tough match for anybody today because they are a good side. Man City draw a blank at home against Southampton. I know City have some brilliant players and likes of Mahrez, Sterling, De Bruyne, Foden, Grealish, and they've so many great attackers, but they haven't got a striker. They haven't replaced Sergio Aguero, and they're a bit light in that end of the pitch. Like there's certain games where you need a poacher, a goal scorer, and they haven't got that. And Southampton should have won the match. They created the best chances, and it was a weird situation. The match, they gave a panel. Walker gets sent off, and then they reversed the decision. Like I know the red card. Oh yeah, okay, double check, but surely the panel. Like I was shocked when they saying they didn't even get the panel. And if I was Ralph Hasenhüttl, I'd be disappointed because they should have got they deserved the win, and that should have been a penalty. Uh, the other match at 3 o'clock, Wolves, oh, Norwich and Watford, I should say. Um, First half, Norwich played well, but the second half, some of Norwich's defending was absolutely atrocious. Um, they have conceded a lot of goals so far, and I know there's only 5 games gone, but it'll take a lot for them to stay up this year because, especially in home games, like that was a great chance for them to get points on the board against Watford. And I thought they were poor, to be honest, but for Watford, they played really well. It was a good bounce back win after a couple of defeats. I thought Sa in the match in the second half was brilliant. He took his goals very well. And Watford, they could play at that on the road more often, the counter attacking team. That would be a tough match for teams. The halfway match Saturday, uh, Villa and Everton, it was first half was tight. Everton had chances, but the second half, it was a dominant performance of Villa. They were outstanding. Brilliant goal with Matty Cash, which got it all going. And Bay to score on his first game was brilliant. You know, like last week, he looked at Villa, and it was harsh to get beaten by 3-0 because they played well. And this week it was a great win for them. But Everton, they're not the same team without Coleman, Pickford, and Richarlison. And Benitez needs to find a way to get a result when his big players don't play. But a great result for Villa. You know, this will give them a lot of belief going forward because if they could, rolling over Everton like that at home, when other teams come to Villa Park, they'd want the same performance, and there's no reason why not. They can't repeat that performance in the next couple of home games. On Sunday, another defeat for Leicester. Leicester haven't really started the season well. They were beaten by City, beaten by Brighton. I thought Brighton played well. The highlight to see the match. Welbeck scores, Mopey scores. Potter really liked the strikers actually scoring goals. And the most impressive thing was another assist for Trossard. I'd be surprised if a lot of teams don't start looking at him because he's a very good player. Uh, United and West Ham, Ronaldo scores again. To score 4 goals in the first 3 games is unbelievable. He's just a machine. What can you say about him? But it was a great goal by Lingard. He made up for his mistake on during the week, but an unbelievable save with the Gea. I know a lot of people give him criticism over the year, but I stuck by him. I think he's been an absolute brilliant servant for United. How many points has he saved United over the years? And that penalty save could be huge. You look at City at the weekend, drawing, and those 2 points United picked up against West Ham, that could go a long way in the end of the season. Especially if United want to mount a title charge. And the belief and, the morale they get out winning that tight game, away from home after being behind, that will do a lot for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's man. And this game they had to grind out results, and that to win tight is better than winning to win tight is better than to win 4-5-0 because it gives you so much confidence, belief going forward, and like they know that when it that they'll have the capabilities to ground out result when it's tight. You need that when you're going for a title. And Chelsea against Spurs, I was man against boys. Spurs were so poor. Like I was shocked how badly they played. What a brilliant win for Chelsea. Uh, you know, they're going to be strong title contenders this year because they've started the season really strong. Even yesterday, I know their strikers didn't score, but 2 are centre half, so they have goals all over the pitch. Thomas Tuchel has transformed Chelsea into a different team, and they'll take some stopping. So I hope you enjoy the Premier League games over the weekend. Thank you.